Hi, I'm Brooke. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how my artistic abilities essentially turned on overnight. If you're new to my channel, I am a fine art photographer. I am sitting in my art gallery in Manhattan Beach, California. I have some of my palm tree pictures behind me. If you are interested in art, I will put a link to my website. I have lots of palm trees and other things, very cheerful, joyful art for your lonely walls. Okay, so I I didn't know I was an artist until one night. So I went through life. I was always creative, but I feel like I grew up in a way where it wasn't encouraged to be any type of artist, or that wasn't like a realistic thing that people do. And I never really knew, I didn't know anyone personally that was a successful artist. Maybe I had met like acquaintances, but I didn't really have any type of modeling for that. And so I had taken photography classes in college and I really liked it. But again, it just never would have occurred to me to think of myself as an artist. It's like that wasn't like allowed or something. And years go by, I have several careers. I did a lot of different things. Maybe I'll make another video about like all the things that I've done. But at some point, I ended up doing social media management and consulting. I had a business that I did my own social media and I was really good at it. So I started to work with businesses on improving their social media. And as Instagram became something, I offered photography or content creation as part of my list of services. So and I really liked it. I really liked working with all these businesses, being able to go into these different businesses and take pictures of their products and things like that. Again, wasn't thinking of myself as an artist. And then I went on a couple of dates with this guy who was an artist, a painter, and a successful painter. He was making enough money to support himself off of selling his work, and he had work actually in museums that museums had some of his pieces like as part of their permanent collection. So he was legit. And we went out to dinner one night and he he made a comment, like he referred to himself, he compared his work to Salvador Dali. Said something like, me and people like Salvador Dali, something where he put himself in that same category. And in my mind, I thought like, who does this guy think he is? Salvador Dali, right? Oh my God. I really had a judgment in my mind. And when I got home, I Googled his work, this guy's work, and I looked at it and I was like, you know what? It does have a Dolly-esque quality. Some of the pieces really did have that kind of vibe to them. And I thought to myself, why did I have that reaction? Like, he, he actually is very talented, this person. Clearly, if museums have bought his work, right, he's been validated in the industry. And even if he wasn't, even if he was just painting for himself, is it so wrong to say, like, oh, I think my work has a quality of this, this person who maybe is considered some kind of master, right? And I really looked at myself and like the judgment, I really judged him in my mind. And then it was just really interesting. Like I noticed he didn't say it in a way that was obnoxious. He was just very matter of fact. And I realized like he had a very much a comfort level with who he was and his ability to paint and right. And he didn't have any type of shame or, um, I mean, maybe he has it in other areas, but around the area of painting and being an artist, he seemed very much like, this is who I am. There wasn't this is who I am, but like he didn't apologize for himself. He was just very open and easy about that. And I don't know, I thought, wow, that's really great. that he's like that. And it's really interesting. I was really surprised by that I had such a strong judgment about it. And then I realized he has every right to say that. I think it's true. I could see it. And it just kind of had this feeling like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to judge like that. And I guess, I don't know. So I had that experience, went to bed, whatever. And then nothing, I didn't make a conscious decision to do anything different, but I started to take pictures different. All I know is that after that, I mean, almost immediately, I would say maybe by the next day or two, I started to just post pictures on my Instagram, continue to work with clients. And uh, all of a sudden, people started to ask, do you sell prints? Friends would call me. This is back when people were still calling people on the phone. I remember a few friends didn't like friends that didn't know each other would call me up just to say, I didn't know you were such a good photographer. And I'm like, am I? What's good? Like, I didn't choose, I didn't say, oh, now I'm an artist, right? But something shifted in me, and I just started to take pictures differently, see things differently. Now, my feeling now, my understanding, I was exposed to this person who had this, comfort level with he was, for whatever reason, he grew up in a house where he was told, yeah, you're great at painting and encouraged um and so he just had this comfort and ease and stepped into who he is, or one facet of who he is. And I don't think I had ever had that kind of exposure. And I was exposed to this person who was so open, and I was able to recognize like my reaction, my judgment. And I questioned it, and I looked at it, sort of like took it out and looked at it and thought, is this what I want? And I thought, no, that's not what I want. And so because I was exposed, I do think there's a big thing about when you expose yourself to a new idea, new energy, you can decide to absorb some of it. And it works the other way too. Like you might be absorbed to maybe something you might consider negative, right? Someone talks about illness or, war or something very fearful, and you could start to internalize some of that, right? So either way, I think that that's just kind of how it works, is that we're out there exposed to different things, and we're taking them in. And what's great about becoming more and more aware of your thoughts and your consciousness, which is why I'm making these videos, not only to help share with some of you, but to keep reminding myself, oh yeah, I have a choice. I can choose. Like if someone tells me a story where I'm like, oh, I don't want any of that, I have a choice to just, it's the same process. Just look at it. Don't be like, oh my God, no, 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 no. You just say, oh, okay, let's look at it. Here it is, right? It's neutral. It really is. And do I want to engage with it or not? No, thanks. And you just go ahead and put it down. Or something happens where you're like, oh, look at this person, so confident or, easy with their life. Let me look at that. Oh, yeah, I like that, right? Well, I'm going to take some of that in for me. So it's really something I learned with that experience. First of all, it just completely unlocked something in me. And from that day on, I just, every picture I take, I don't know, the pictures just pour out of me. I could go anywhere, I could take pictures of just about anything and turn it into art. And in fact, shortly after that, I was working with a client who, a big hotel, and they had hired me during the construction phase to just fill up their feed, right? Before they opened and took the social media in-house. And so my proposal to them was, construction, everything is art, everything is beauty. It was like a luxury hotel. And I'm like, there's an opportunity here to show people the process and to make it beautiful, right? And they hired me. And I did. I was fascinated. I'm very fascinated. I worked with so many different types of businesses when I did social media work. And I was just so fascinated how all the different businesses worked. And I thought that was one of my favorite clients because it was this massive structure and it was so cool to see it come together and all the layers that come together and all the people that work on something like that. And so I really showed up with enthusiasm, right? It was so fun to go to this construction site. I'd never done anything like that before. And I took pictures of all the wires and nuts and bolts and everything. And I took this one picture. There was like a pile of nails sitting on like a wood plank, and the sunlight was hitting it, and the nails were lit up. And I took a picture, and what I would do in those days, I'd just go to the site, take a bunch of pictures, and then send them off. There was like a whole group of executives and creative people that I would send them pictures. Like, this is what I took. And I remember one of the executives called me up and he was like, "Do you make prints? Like the picture of the nails?" It's like, I never thought I would think that like a picture of nails is beautiful, but it's beautiful. It's like, I kind of want to like have it as a picture like it hang. And this is before I started selling prints, but this was the beginning of people asking. And I thought it was so funny. First of all, I was so excited because I really did see it as beautiful. And I loved that someone else saw it. And it was just that kind of thing that was like pouring out of me all of a sudden. It's like there was beauty everywhere, all of a sudden, light and texture and anything at like a pile of nails. It's beautiful. Like I started to see everything is so beautiful and it really started to open up. I think personally, that's one of my gifts is being able to have a different perspective on things that most people kind of overlook. I can see the beauty in even just something like a pile of nails, and I love it. I'll never forget that conversation. The guy was like, I mean, it's just nails, but you really captured it. Like, thank you. Anyway, so point is, all I did was be in the atmosphere of this person. I allowed the exposure and I allowed myself to have that judgment, and I allowed myself to look at it and to notice, to become conscious. I'm judging this person. Is that what I want to do? Is that real? Is that justified? Is there something, like, so what? So this guy likes his work. That's great, right? Don't I want that? Like, don't I want that for myself? And then without any type of setting out to do anything different, I just naturally allowed something to flow through me. I opened up my channel, whatever you want to call it. Like I opened up passageways within me. And so just something to put out there as you move through life, how aware can you become of your thoughts? How aware can you become of your interactions? How aware can you admit when you're judging something or someone? Can you just look at it and not judge yourself for judging? Just be easy about it. And you might be surprised what comes. Like the best things in my life have come like that, where it's like, I didn't really think it through or plan it or know it was even there, but then something opens up. So, food for thought, you could become an artist overnight or anything. You know, I do think everything is available out there for people to sort of download the information if you let yourself stay open. So, stay open. And that's all I've got. Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I mean, if anyone's still here, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have questions for me, if there's other things you want me to speak about, I'm just gonna keep making videos about like this sort of mystical, magical, like things that have just opened up. I mean, I don't really think it's magic. I think this is what we're supposed to do. I think things are supposed to be easy and just come out of you like that. Like I think that's what we're all here for. So that's what I want to be here for. And I want to just get it going all over the place so that everybody's walking around super happy, satisfied with their life, whatever it is you're meant to do. And I just want to keep reminding myself. So I'm going to keep making videos. Okay. Have a good day, night, morning, whatever, wherever you are. I hope that you are enjoying yourself. Okay, bye.